About the origins of wine, the real science behind it, the DNA mapping, where wine started, and the investigators behind the story of wine. Well, our next guest on the Sunday Sipper Club has explored all of that and has some really surprising insights to share with us based on his new book. I'm Natalie MacLean, editor of Canada's largest wine review site at nataliemaclean.com, and every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, that's Toronto, New York time, we go live and talk to the most interesting people in the world of wine. And so I'd like to welcome our guest. He is a former MIT Knight Science Journalism Fellow and a former Associated Press correspondent. And he's going to tell us about his new book, Tasting the Past. Welcome to the Sunday Sipper Club, Kevin Begos. Hello.
Hello, Natalie. Thank you for having me on. It's
Oh,
great to be with you.
my pleasure. And we are so looking forward to this chat, which will actually be June 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern. So, Kevin, there's so many questions I want to ask you based on your new book, but maybe you could just share with us now the most surprising thing you discovered or learned while researching this book.
Well, I think I'm like many people, is that for years I just assumed that winemaking was probably invented in France because they do it so well and are so famous for it. And it turns out it was about 6,000 years before the French in the Caucasus Mountains. And I should have known this as a science writer, but the DNA of wine grapes has some of that story, just like the DNA of humans can show where your ancestors came from. So they're little tags basically showing how wine grapes evolved out of the Caucasus Mountains, Armenia, Georgia, maybe Eastern Turkey, and moved across the Mediterranean. And it's just in the last 10 years or so, 10, 15 years, that scientists are starting to decode all that because, of course, at first DNA was always used for human subjects, but the cost has declined so much that now people can analyze, not just the DNA, but the specific flavor profiles and the parts of the genes that express certain flavors. And so I hadn't known all that.
Wow, we don't either. And we can't wait to talk more about that with you, Kevin. Wow, that's fascinating. I can't wait to dig into this. So I will say goodbye for now, but I look forward to chatting with you more on Sunday, June 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern. Take care, Kevin.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.